Hello everybody and welcome back to Jelly Ventures. Thank you guys so much for almost 750 subscribers. We're kind of sort of getting almost 100 a week, which is crazy because I'm really going to be at 1,000 soon. If you can tell your friends to subscribe to me, it'll mean the world to me. Please help me get to 800 and 900 and keep going. I want to really expand our community so we can do some really cool stuff together. So I'm going to make the independent game developer excuse and say that I was busy this week because I actually was busy this week. So I didn't get much actual super crazy work done. But first off, here we have the Peltion Castle. You know this as the home of the king and the intro sequence for the game. The tile set here is still a bit weird. I like the walls. The banners are kind of meh, and the little checkered floor there that I never changed is really gross. But anyways, you can see that there's a text box here. I don't know if this is the sort of design I want to go for the text box. This one is obviously angled at a different place from where the text box normally will be throughout the rest of the game. But tell me, do you guys like this design? I decided to go for a very simplistic design. Obviously, when I am finished, if you can see my cursor, there will be a little like cursor here on the bottom that like bing, bing. You know how games do that. I'll probably have that being there as well. So he says, you know, ho oh ho, which is like his thing because he's a big boy. So he like he does that kind of deal. Welcome, Fairlii. You're going to be able to name your character in Jelly Ventures. You're going to have an adventurer card, and think of it as your Pokemon trainer card in Pokemon, where it says your name and it shows the things you've accomplished. And so you'll be able to, you know, screenshot that, post it to Twitter, and brag to people to show them how you 100%ed Jelly Ventures or whatever. I just think it'd be a cool thing for players to have and mess around with. Today is your first day of training. You'll meet Archie for your assignment in the Leafy Leaf Forest. Once you have completed training, please return to me. Good luck. And then the cutscene goes as normal. You're probably wondering who Archie is. You're going to see Archie here because I haven't finished the cutscene fully redoing it. So you can see that we didn't even shoot out of the castle. We just appeared here. And you'll see this cute little jelly behind me. That's Archie. He's going to have a cool role in the story of Jelly Ventures. Yes, Jelly Ventures does have a story. Basically, the story is you are training to become a Jelly Venturer because Jelly Venturers help protect the world from an ancient evil called Epiclypse. Epiclypse is coming back stronger than ever, and less people are signing up to be Jelly Venturers, and you want to become a master so you can help save the world. The beginning of the story is that you are in the castle asking to become a recruit. And you don't know that in order to become a recruit, you have to first take on one of these battle towers, which is this place right here. So you have to defeat your first battle tower in order to become a recruit. So the king entrusts you with the help of Archie, the guy behind me, to take you into the Leafy Leaf Forest and train you. And that is as much as I'll tell you for the story. Tell me what you guys think. Think that sounds cool? Do you guys like it? Just tell me below. You can also see that I have finally fixed the way that followers walk behind you. They now actually swap places with you, and they don't get just stuck in walls and stuff anymore, which is awesome, and I'm glad. You can also see that followers have animations now. They have an idle animation and a like walking animation. I still haven't made one for the player yet, but baby steps. Next up is that, look, the background has been changed. This is still a placeholder. I wanted like a forest roof kind of deal going on, and I wanted to change the background to have several different layers because I do want to parallax the backgrounds in this game. Because I think that would be very, very pretty, and I think you guys will highly enjoy parallaxes. I know how much the indie dev community loves parallaxing. It's just like a thing that everyone loves. And it looks good, so you can tell why people love it. You can also see that, look at the bonbon, it's animated, it's very jiggly, it's very bouncy. I know you guys love the jiggly bounciness of the jellies, so I wanted to bring that to like all of the characters. Everything in the game will have like a jiggly bounciness. How is a rabbit jiggly and bouncy? I don't know, it's a spin-off game. This isn't canon lore in the Luna Lane universe, so it's not canon, so... Yes, there are things in the Luna Lane universe called bonbons that are bunnies, but they are not jellies and they do not look like this. So you can see that enemies now have a hit animation. When they're hit, their eyes do a little crazy thing, And you can see there was a little poof animation. I'll talk more about the poof, how I made it, and stuff like that in a minute. So there's the leaflet. He's kind of more of a like bouncy boy. He gets a little like flattened when he bounces down and his leaf jiggles. When you hit him, he doesn't have much of a reaction, because if you read the itch.io post, speaking of itch.io, there are 2 posts on itch.io every week, Tuesdays and Thursdays. So please go check it out if you want to read more about this game. You can even read about what his deal is, what he even is, and things like that. We're gonna go all the way to the end. I lost. We're gonna go all the way to the end to the Mandraku, and we are going to have a little bit of a tussle with him. There's the Mandraku. He's been redesigned a little bit. He looks less mean and more just like a mischievous boy, which is what he is. If you read the itch.io page, he's basically a mischievous young mythical. They're called mythicals. There are the legendary creatures in Jelly Ventures. That is the Mandraku. He is the protector of the forest. He also instills life throughout the leafy leaf forest, which allows these giant leaves to grow from the ground, which things like the leaflet and the bonbon benefit from. The bonbon benefits from these giant leaves because the bonbon eats the leaves, and they're very nutritious for the bonbon, and they love it. And the leaflet actually is a byproduct from trees. ? That's what some people believe. Some people believe it's just a bug that got stuck in tree sap. But if you want to know more about that and all that lore and how this all comes together, please go to the itch.io page in the description. I sound like one of those YouTubers that's like, you gotta do it. So this is a little bit different. Here we are in a program called Pixel FX Designer. It is basically a particle system and effect animation creation software. Well, it doesn't create particle systems, but it's basically emulating a particle system that renders it in pixel form that can be turned into a sprite, which can be turned into images that you can import into your games. And it was on sale for $15, and I purchased it with the help of money from people on my Patreon. Thank you so much to everybody that supports me on Patreon. You guys really help me be able to create my games and to get cool and crazy tools like this. So I'm very newbie to this program. I don't understand how any of this stuff works. All I know is that you can do very cool things. This is really helpful in making cool animations that have stuff like gravity and things like that involved. You can add like some forces. You see, you can do crazy stuff like that. You can even, if you have them, let me make these a little bit bigger. You can even add some dithering to it. You can add a ton of dithering to it. It's cool. It's really cool, the different types of stuff you can do with it. Like, what? Look at that. What did I just create? That looks like some sort of like boss effect, like some boss aura, like growing out of a boss. Like, I just made that completely by accident. Oh gosh. Oh no. They have a list of different like presets that you can also use. So for instance, stars. Wow. And you could do something like whatever I just created. You can even do layers. So I could have just oh god, I've created a monster. You can have layers. Stop. Like, wow, look at that. That looks crazy. So you can see that you can make really, really cool stuff. I actually made the enemy poof effect out of this. Here, let me show you. So here you can see poof, poof. The way I did this, like, look at that. Isn't that so cool? The way I did this was I created a sprite that's just a little circle with a black outline, and I imported it in here, and I basically just made it slow down over time, and it created this. If you guys want to know more about it, I actually post a link to it in the description. It's really, really cool. The creator of it also makes a few other tools that are very helpful. He makes a squash and stretch program that lets you squash and stretch any sprite like outside of the program. Like outside of your engine. It's like an actual animation. But that's gonna be all for this week. Thank you guys so much for watching. I kind of had a ramble on session there. If you guys like my ramble sessions, Tell me down below, or if you want me to get to the point quicker, also tell me that. Like, what am I creating? Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for almost 800 subscribers. Here's my question for you guys this week. You guys gave me so many good suggestions on different locations. So here's my question for you guys this time. What kind of jellies would you like to see in the game? So you could say something like a deer jelly, a car jelly. You can see any kind of jelly. Tell me, and if I like it, I might just end up putting it in the game if it fits correctly in the game.